So I invite you to take a seat on your mat, on a blanket or a cushion, and we will be using a block for practice today. So if you can find something like a block if you do not have a block, or get a block if you have one, that's great. So taking a comfortable seat, that can be cross-legged, it can be sitting on your heels, whatever works for you, stretching legs out. But make sure that your spine can rise nice and tall, and that might mean getting more support underneath your hips. So once you've found your seat, let's take a couple shoulder rolls. So we're going to inhale, bringing the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale out the mouth, down the back. Again, inhale. Feels so good. Let's do one more. Lovely. And closing the eyes. Bringing the body into stillness and letting the body be breathed by the breath. So any movement here comes from the breath entering and exiting the body. Letting the belly soften and expand and contract. Notice if there's areas of tension that you can release. Maybe your jaw, shoulders, belly, hips. And as you're breathing, I invite you to bring to mind somewhere in your life where you feel like you're having to push. There's friction, there's striving, feeling like you need to make something happen. Notice what happens to the breath when you focus on that area or areas of your life. You might notice the breath contracts or becomes more shallow. And see if you can hold wherever you're noticing that contraction in your life, that forcing or believing that things need to look a very certain way. See if you can breathe to that, what it feels like in your body, what the expectation is. Just sitting here for a few more breaths and breathing to that awareness. And notice what happens. Maybe you feel a little softening or a shift in perspective. Maybe there's a lot of grasping there, a lot of commitment to the contraction. Just noticing it. And then setting the intention for this practice today to bring in some of this non-doing energy, which we could also call receptivity, awareness, maybe even realism. To whatever that piece of your life is, and we'll explore that with our practice. So coming back to the breath here, clearing the body of tension, one more breath. And then bringing the hands to press palm to palm at your heart center. You can just say a little prayer, a little intention here that the actions of your hands convey the wisdom of your heart. What we do in the world is a reflection of our deepest wisdom, care, knowing in the world. And gently fluttering the eyes open, taking in the colors and the light around you. Take an inhale here. Exhale, interlace the hands, press them away from you, rounding the spine. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, side bend over to the right, releasing the right hand down to the floor. Inhale, press back up, both arms overhead. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, press back up. Both arms lifted, and exhale, wrist circles. Float the arms out and down. Noticing those wrist joints, maybe a little popping. Interlacing the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Arms, heart to gaze. Exhale here, keep the shoulders dropped, arms lifted. One more breath. And as you exhale, releasing the arms, hands come back to the heart. Take an inhale here. Exhale, interlace the hands, press them away from you, rounding your spine. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts, gaze lift. Exhale, side bend over to the right. This time we're going to stay here. So rotating the heart a little up towards the sky, feeling into the expansion. There are so many possibilities and ways to be in the world. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to circle the arm, and you can imagine kind of stirring the pot of whatever situation in your life you have that overdoing energy in, and noticing that there's a lot more space than you might like to admit. Let's go back the other way. Breath flowing. And then ending with the arm reaching away from the head, dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder without lifting the shoulder towards the ear. And you might tilt the head a little forward and a little bit back. You can also bend the left elbow and bind the arm behind your back. And a nice stretch through the left side of the neck. So this is a great awareness here to connect the whatever's showing up in your mind with your heart. So we're invigorating, loosening, stretching the neck here, this connector between the head and the heart. With your next inhale, press back up, let the arms be heavy. Come back to center here. Exhale. Inhale, roll the shoulders to the ears. Exhale out the mouth, down the back. Again. One more time. Nice. And then walking the hands forward, bowing to the earth to connect to our own grounding. With the next inhale, walking the hands back in. We'll switch the cross of the legs if they are crossed. Bring the hands back to the heart. Take an inhale here, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, interlace the hands, press them away from you, rounding the spine. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, wrist circles. Float your arms out and down. Interlacing the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders. Inhale, lift, arms, heart to gaze. Exhale here, another breath. Releasing hands back to the heart. Now we'll add the side bends. Inhale here. Exhale, interlace the hands, press them away from you, rounding your spine. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, side bend over to the left. First this time, inhale, press back up, both arms overhead. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale up. And exhale, wrist circles, float your arms out and down. Interlacing your hands behind your back, roll your shoulders. Inhale, lift, arms, heart, gaze. Exhale here, another breath. Exhale, release, hands back to the heart. Take an inhale. Exhale, interlace the hands, press them away from you. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, side bend over to the left, and we'll stay here this time. Reaching long through the right arm, opening the heart towards the sky. Such expansion available. If we recognize it, let our attention go there. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, dropping the arm forward and beginning to circle the arm, stirring that pot and getting into the shoulder. So much weight we carry on our shoulders. What can we kind of spin out away from the weight that we're carrying, letting it go back the other way, releasing tension in the shoulder. Allowing. And when the arm reaches away from your head, leaving it there, or reaching away, dropping the left ear towards the left shoulder without lifting the shoulder towards the ear. Keep the heart pressing forward. And if you'd like, you can tilt the head a little forward and a little bit back. Again, enlivening this connection between the head and the heart. This practice is so helpful. If you'd like, you can bend the right elbow and slide the hand towards the left side of the waist. With your next inhale, pressing up, letting the arms stay heavy. Coming back to center, arms by the sides. Inhale, roll the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, out the mouth, down the back. Again. One more time. So yummy. Nice. And walking the hands forward, coming into a forward fold, stretching out, softening, coming into a space of non-doing, and noticing how nourishing that is. With your next inhale, walking the hands back in, sitting up, stretching the legs out in front of you, bouncing out the knees, rolling the feet around, waking up those legs, pedal legs, and give them little love taps. Awesome. So we'll come to hands and knees. Here, you want your block at the top of your mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, or a little bit wider. We'll do a little flow here. Take an inhale. Exhale, round the spine, gazing towards the belly button. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, let the motion slide up the spine, belly drops, head lifts. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale, lifting, this time curling the toes under. Exhale, press back to a down dog. And walking out your dog, bending one knee deeply and then the other. And then inhale, pulling forward towards a plank pose. You can hold it for a breath if you'd like, or drop your knees. And then dropping your knees and pressing back to a child's pose. Softening here. Noticing if there's a little more space around the constriction, the doing. Inhale, pulling forward. Exhale, round to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Curl the toes under. Exhale, press back to a down dog. Maybe finding stillness here for a breath. And then coming forward, we're going to drop the right knee to the floor and then pivot the foot back behind us here. And we're going to come up to a kneeling with the left knee bent here. And notice this opening of the inner thigh here. So nice stretch here. So another place we can really hold a lot of tension is in our hips. So if we can move in a little bit expansive direction, that's great. Bring the hands to the heart. Take a breath here. And then noticing that energy of like grasping, reaching. And invite you to reach out, kind of like you're reaching, and pull back and feel that energy like, ooh. It's like forceful, intense, and hard. And then inhale, sweep the arms out and up, clearing that space. And exhale, we're going to side bend over, left forearm to the left thigh, and reaching the right arm long. Hey, we did something like this sitting down. We got this nice opening through our side body. Awesome. With your next inhale, we're going to windmill the arms around, and this is where you might want a block. You don't have to have one. Reaching that left arm up, and we're going to stretch the left leg out, pressing the hips forward And you might lean back a little bit, just feeling this expansion. And this is where I like to encourage everybody to say, ta-da! Here we are, we're evolving, we're growing, we can change our patterns, our reactivity. It can take time, but we can get there. If you feel extra ta-da-y today, you can try lifting that left leg up and expanding 2 breaths wherever you are. And exhale, coming down. So we're going to bring the left hand down next to the right. We're going to pivot back around and make our way to a down dog. And you can even take your block and put it back by your feet because we'll do the other side in a moment. All right, so here we are in a down dog. I want you to look up past your hands and bend your knees deeply, sending your sit bones up into the sky. Feel the opening in the upper back, looking up in front of you. Deep breath. And then little baby step by little baby step, walking up towards the top of your mat, hanging in a forward fold. Shake your head around. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Relaxing the neck and shoulders. And with your next inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Keep those knees soft, coming all the way back up. Not back up, up. We haven't been here yet. And then keep the arms lifted. Exhale, sit down into a chair pose. So feel your belly engage, your inner thighs fire up. Awesome. So again, we're going to do that like grasping energy, but this time from above. So pulling down the hands, reaching. Staying in your chair pose. And then reaching the arms up and deciding to go with the flow. We're going to fold forward, releasing, bouncing, coming up, extending those arms, leaning back, extending the legs, and exhale, sitting back down into the chair. Again, inhale and exhale, swing. Letting it all go. Inhale, coming back up. Low back bend, exhale, hands to the heart. Let's take a couple little hip circles in each direction here. Coming back into a nice little gentle, centered place in the body. The non-doing in the doing. Things can be happening without so much striving. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, down, place the hands, step the legs back behind you, finding your down dog. Nice. And then walking your hands back to your feet, hanging in a forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale, sweeping the arms out and up, standing all the way up. Palms pressed together. Exhale, hands to the heart. And from here, we're going to step the right foot forward, coming into a little lunge, and then pivot. So we're in a wide straddle here. Nice. Take an inhale, opening your arms wide. 5-pointed star. Exhale, cross the right arm on top of your left and give yourself a hug. Yay, self. Maybe I don't need to be so hard on you. Deep breath. Nice. Inhale, open the arms wide again, 5-pointed star. shining out, and then pivoting around to the left, and we'll windmill the arms around here and step back to a down dog. Deep breath. And then dropping the left knee down, pivoting to the back. Maybe putting the block in place, coming up with the right knee bent, and you want your right foot in alignment with the left knee. So again, we're having this nice opening through the hips here, and feel into that nice release. Don't have to clench and hold everything. So again, grasping, reaching out in front of you, pulling it in. Feel that energy. Ooh. And inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, side bend over to the right forearm to the thigh, reaching long through the left side body. Couple deep breaths here, finding stillness. How can you be less of a doer in this pose right now? Where are you holding tension that maybe you could release? With your next inhale, windmill your arms around, hand to the block or the floor, and reaching that right arm up, shifting the hips a little forward, feeling your heart expand. Ta-da! Here you are, glorious in your humanness, in the messiness of life, in the learning and the growing. You're miraculous. And if you'd like a little more adventure here, you can lift that right leg up. 2 deep breaths wherever you are, expanding out. And how can you do a little less right here? And then releasing down. Coming back to the top or the bottom of the mat with your hands, rotating those legs and making your way to a down dog. Walking out your dog. And then coming forward, plank pose, holding for a breath if you'd like, otherwise dropping the knees. And exhale, lowering all the way down to the floor. Elbows in, shoulders back. So we're going to just do one back bend here. So a couple options are to come into a cobra, pressing up from your hands. Option number 2 is to lift the legs and the arms. Option number 3 is to bend the knees, reach back with the hands, and come into a bow pose. So choose whichever you would like. We're going to hold for 3 breaths. And then releasing down, turn your cheek to one side. And let go. Feel your belly breathing against the belly of the earth down through the floor. And feel that permission to soften, to release, to let go. And very gently and slowly rolling from here over onto your back. And you might just leave your blanket where it is. And you can even put your block underneath your sacrum if you'd like for a few breaths in Shavasana. You can have a gentle bridge Shavasana. Finding what works for you. And then once you sink into this relaxing, letting go pose. See if you can let go of muscular effort, let go of mental effort. And bring your awareness simply to this gift of breath that's flowing in and out of your beautiful lungs. Bringing your awareness back to the surface of your body. And to deepen your breath. And wiggle your fingers and toes. As you're ready, bend one knee and then the other, placing your feet on the floor. And come to rest over on your right side. You might have had to remove a block if you were still on your block. Taking a breath here and keeping your eyes closed and your attention internal. Gently press your way up to find a seat. Sitting with your eyes closed. Allow this reading by Jon Kabat-Zinn to wash over you. This is part of a little chapter on doing, non-doing. Non-doing has nothing to do with being indolent or passive, quite the contrary. It takes great courage and energy to cultivate non-doing, both in stillness and in activity. Nor is it easy to make a special time for non-doing and to keep at it in the face of everything in our lives which needs to be done. But non-doing doesn't have to be threatening to people who feel they always have to get things done. They might find they get even more done and done better by practicing non-doing. Non-doing simply means letting things be and allowing them to unfold in their own way. Enormous effort can be involved, but it is a graceful, knowledgeable, effortless effort, a doerless doing, cultivated over a lifetime. Effortless activity happens at moments in dance and in sports at the highest levels of performance. When it does, it takes everybody's breath away. But it also happens in every area of human activity, from painting to car repair to parenting. Years of practice and experience combine on some occasions, giving rise to a new capacity to let execution unfold beyond technique, beyond exertion, beyond thinking. Action then becomes a pure expression of art, of being, of letting go of all doing, a merging of mind and body in motion. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart, pressing your thumbs in to feel your heartbeat, your personal pulse. And take a deep breath of gratitude for that alignment that you are capable of, for the mind and body merging. I thank you all for joining me for practice today. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.